Hello everyone and welcome to Abnormal Psychology. I am going to be your instructor, Elizabeth Japcik-Schuler. My name is Japcik-Schuler, not Elizabeth Schuler, so don't email me. Hello Mrs. Schuler. Yeah, just say Miss Elizabeth if it's easier. So, welcome, and I know many of you are returning from my Psych 150 class, so welcome to you all too. You're ready to endure another semester of me, which they may be able to tell you that I'm quite tangential sometimes, but I feel like the information we learn in these classes is so relevant to so many things in life. It's hard to contain ourselves. We're so excited. With that being said, I have a bachelor's degree. A little bit about me. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology from Lewis University in Romeoville, Illinois. I have a Master of Arts in Adult Education from ECU. There I also studied industrial organizational psychology. And I ended up here. A little bit of interests about me. By the way, that's a whole story for another day. I didn't know I wanted to do this until I spent a lot of money and went to other grad programs and went, no, I really, really want to teach. So I'll take you on that journey another day, especially for my students who aren't sure what they want to do. It's okay to not be sure. That's my little sidestep for right now. What else? My interests. I love Disney. I'm kind of a Disney adult. It's a love-hate relationship. I have my husband and my son at home, our little family. I have a dog and 2 kitties. I also love games, especially video games, Call of Duty Warzone. It's where I get to connect with my people in Chicago. We play, we binge on Saturday nights. It's like a routine. And I love politics, although I will remain impartial, and we don't really talk about it so much in abnormal psychology, but it's definitely relevant in general psychology. I just love it because I feel like we can apply so many psychological concepts there. But again, we remain impartial because I understand that everyone's bringing about different experiences to our class, and so I try to keep that in mind. I also love studying parenting because parenting, being a new parent, and seeing the effects that my actions have on my child just really intrigues me. And we're going to see how parenting can affect some of these abnormal psychoses we're going to talk about, especially like anxiety disorders. And we're going to get there. I'm excited. What else do I have to say? That's it. Let me get to the bread and butter of how this course is going to run. So I have 2 sections. We have an online section and a hybrid section. If you're hybrid, you are going to meet with me on Tuesdays from 9:30 to 10:45. You're going to see this face, and we're going to do class together. And I've included a video in our module about how to access Blackboard Collaborate. If you are in my 200 level section, you are going to be strictly online, and it is self-paced. It takes a lot of responsibility and planning to do an online course, but I send out reminders on Mondays. I try to email on Fridays. I send out grade reminders if you don't have something turned in. Everything will be due on a Sunday. So just some kind of background, not background, but information for when you're scheduling. I have found that the difference between 2 students who perform at equal levels in their grades and in the course is, you're always going to do better if you're organized. So that's what I try to facilitate with you all, helping you plan and schedule. And your syllabus is going to help you do that. So make sure you print out your syllabus. Love it, hug it, squeeze it. All right, hang it up on your wall, kiss it goodnight. Make sure you have it on hand. So let me get into it. Welcome to Abnormal. Here's my information. Elizabeth Japcik-Schuler. My office hours, my phone number, contact, and email. The best way to contact me is email. Some of my other students can attest I answer relatively quickly. Kind of like a text message to me because I have it hooked up to my phone. Here is our syllabus. I'm opening this up in real time so you can see how you can download it. So when you click that syllabus tab, it's going to open the syllabus right here. And I'm going to open that Word doc. It's opening on another page, but there we go. And one other thing is I don't edit my videos, so you'll see a lot of silly mess if I misspeak. Sorry about that. It's not for a lack of trying, it's just I want you all to see that I'm human and I make mistakes too, because I don't know everything, but I'm definitely here to facilitate our education, especially yours. And I have a lot of content knowledge, and my goal is to help you learn. So if you have a question and I can't answer it, we're going to find it out together. With that being said, this course runs from January 6th to May 7th. I'm not going to read the course description. I'm trying to keep this video succinct to give you the basics. But here is a picture of our text, okay? So our textbook, that's what the hardcover looks like. Get that. You need to read. Reading is essential for this class. It helps you to participate truly in the conversation and to know what you're talking about. To try to do the homework assignments without reading, you're just going to be a little lost. I'm not saying it's impossible, but don't rely on the PowerPoints and lectures alone. Now, with that being said, each week I have different dates. We have different modules. We have 10 total modules. Sometimes they're going to be 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, depending on how I chunk together the information. In this chart, I've put what chapters need to be read, as well as the assignments that are due. So the due dates are always in bold, and if you need more information, I tell you where to find it. Okay, so I hope that's self-explanatory, so it matches with the module. With that being said, if I go back into our Blackboard and click the content, the course content folder, you will see that everything is really organized, okay? For you all, the only folders you're going to see is the Cyber Cafe, Module 1, the final project, and extra credit. I figured I'd give you a preview of the final project because you could do it off the bat. You could do it like the first month, submit it and forget it, I'll be honest. But I would prefer if you waited just so you got a bit more context for the class, because it involves looking up scholarly articles and analyzing psychological research methods. The extra credit assignment is a movie analysis. If you had me for Psych 150, you know that this was available then as well. You have to write a 3-page paper analyzing a movie, and I've included resources to show you the difference between a summary and an analysis, and a sample paper from one of my lovely students who gave me permission to share it with you all. It was an excellent paper, got the full points. This is a great opportunity if you're like teetering on the edge of an A or a B or whatever the next one up is. Take advantage of that. So anyway, let me show you a bit about this content section. So the Cyber Cafe. The Cyber Cafe is what we're going to use as our lounge place, okay? Since, you know, we're mostly online, we're not getting to know each other face to face, and I want to build our community. I want us to see, I misspeak all the time. I want us to get to know each other. So I've included the Cyber Cafe so that y'all can go there and talk about things. I had one student share their art in the Cyber Cafe, and it was really fun to see. I've had other students who just had a thread going about what murder mystery documentaries they like to watch. Not my bag, but it was fun to see you all interacting. So, you know, go in there, check it out. I know it's daunting being the first one to post, but take advantage and ask any questions about homework. You know, use it as a collab space. Maybe if you have questions about how to do the homework, you know, as long as you're not turning in the same work, if you're all talking about the assignment, working together, it's called collaboration. You're going to have to do it in the real world, right? So anyway, I look forward to building that community with you, and as is the case with all our discussion boards, just make sure we're inclusive in our language. We acknowledge that other people have different experiences, so try not to be judgmental with our terms. Disagree respectfully. Don't do character attacks, and they don't have to be like, you're stupid, but also saying things like, I can't believe you would think that way, right? We don't need to say stuff like that. We're going to support our point. We're going to provide research that supports our point. We are going to be professional and scholarly about it. And add some emotions. Use those little smiley faces. I love them. I love to see them. Use slang if you want. I love it. But make sure people know what you're talking about, because I feel like I'm catching up. Last semester my class had to teach me what no cap meant, because I was really confused. But here I am. And use humor carefully, because sarcasm and jokes don't really play out well on discussion boards, because we can't read your face or know what you're thinking. So that's a word of warning. Let me just show you the first module, because this is going to be generally how your modules are set up. I'm always going to include instructions for the module at the top that are going to tell you what to do. Usually I include the due dates for assignments. Next will be your homework assignment or a homework folder, right? If we have 3 weeks worth of work, I'm going to place our assignments into a folder because you will have one assignment each week. This will count as your attendance, okay? So this is our introductory discussion board. This is your first assignment. I will also then include PowerPoints, video lectures, and supplementary materials. Supplementary materials are not mandatory work. They're just to enrich what we are learning. But as you'll see, I've included an outline for each section, so if you click this outline, it'll help guide your reading. So when we're talking about these different disorders, that's not what I pulled up there. Hold on, it's loading. I apologize. When we're talking about these different disorders, we are looking at kind of characteristics, diagnostic criteria, things that could possibly affect it. That's a really bad way to put that. And also the effects of having this disorder. There it is. Next time I won't do it in real time. So there's always a case study at the beginning. So I figured you could do your notes there, looking at the diagnostic criteria, causes, and perspectives. We're looking at different psychological perspectives and what their thoughts are surrounding these disorders. Treatments, other information and questions, and spaces for vocabulary. So use this sheet as you wish. It may help you to print it out instead of, trying to outline, giving you the basics. I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, I hope this is organized enough so y'all know where to go. Let me go back to the syllabus to make sure we emphasize any important information. Our methods of evaluation. The total amount of points for this class is 518. I know it's a weird number. But use this sheet to keep track of what you've earned. So if you get a 30 on that first discussion board, put in your 30 right there. Okay, so then that way you know where you stand throughout the class, just in case Blackboard gets a little wonky. But you'll see all our assignments are listed here, and our exams are actually only worth about 40 points. This semester I'm doing something new. You will have 2 attempts to complete each exam, but not the final. So exams 1, 2, and 3, you will have 2 attempts, untimed. I will take the average grade of those attempts, and that will be your score for the exam. If you do really well on the first attempt and you don't want to take the second attempt, do not take it. Alright, the second attempt is just kind of a retribution if you really messed it up the first time. And then you'll see the final is worth about 20% of your grade, so it's weighted pretty heavily. So make sure we do that, and your final project is 50 points. So that's why I kind of introduced that one early, so you can kind of look at what you're dealing with. Here's my grading scale. We're going to follow the 10-point scale put out by our division. Once final grades are posted, they cannot be changed. And your grade is going to be your whole truncated number. Okay? So if you get an 89.97, I do not round up grades. I know. Boo. But you have opportunities for extra credit, so you can see why I'm not going to do that. So if you get an 89.99, which it has happened, and I felt really bad, but I couldn't round it up, so that person got a B. Okay, so that's just an example. For our attendance, your homework assignments are your attendance for this class. So, doing one homework assignment at the end of the week counts as a week's worth of attendance. So when you miss, that counts as a week's worth of missed attendance. Usually at that point, I will send you a reminder email, say, hey, if you do not turn in the next assignment, I will have to drop you from the class. So if you miss 14 consecutive calendar days, so this is if you miss from a hybrid 2 class sessions and 2 assignments in a row, drop. If you miss 2 assignments in a row for my online section, drop. So make sure if you're missing an assignment that you email me and say, hey, Miss Elizabeth, I'm still here, I'm just trying to catch up, whatever it is. I'll let you turn in assignments 1 week late, but not after that. But here's the caveat. If you miss the assignment, that's still going to count as an absence for that week. But if you turn it in the next week, it kind of resets. Let me know if you have any questions on that. But know that I will not accept late discussion boards. So all the other assignments I will accept late, but not discussion boards, because that defeats the point of the activity. And also know that census date, the last day to enroll in our class is January 15th. This means that you have to complete the introductory online assignment. So when you go into your course content, it's going to tell you to take this 1 question quiz. That will open up this course content folder for you. That's all you have to do before January 15th. So make sure you do that. And then our discussion board is due the 17th. COVID procedures. So if you get COVID and you've been on campus, please let me know so we can do proper contact tracing. I will not shame anyone. But make sure you wear your mask when you're here. I had a student last semester who was in my office for an hour. They had COVID. And I didn't catch it because we both wore our masks and, we were careful about it. So just know that I won't shame you. Everyone gets sick. Just make sure you please tell me so I can tell the appropriate resources to let them know, so we don't spread it. The last day to withdraw from this course is April 2nd. Okay, so if you withdraw after April 2nd, you will get an F on your academic record. But if you withdraw before, let's say you're not doing too well or things are just really overwhelming at this point, and you have to drop the class. If you drop before, it'll have a W and it won't count against your record. Before you withdraw, always consult with me or your academic advisor or financial aid if you're receiving it. We want to make sure that you're still on track to graduate when you want to, right? Because when you drop these classes, that can affect how that proceeds. Also, I do have face-to-face contact hours. So if you want to attend office hours in person, which I wouldn't prefer just because I'm kind of a germaphobe, but if you do want to come in person, we can do that. You just have to schedule. No drop-ins allowed, and I'll be there. I'm on campus Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday and Friday office hours are virtual. Last thing, Learning Enhancement Center. So, the Learning Enhancement Center, as you know, is a nice tutorial center to help us out throughout the semester. Well, they have this awesome resource called Tutor.com. And I would say it's free, but you're already paying for it with your tuition. So you might as well use what you're paying for. Click that Tutor.com link if you are having troubles. Okay, you are just stuck and you need some help. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. Miss Elizabeth is probably not going to answer. Right? So let's go to that Tutor.com, Social Sciences, select a subject. We are doing 281. You can do chat or chat and voice, and you can answer a question. What is the definition of abnormal? Right, and then I can connect with someone who's going to help me instantaneously. This is an awesome resource. Make sure you use it. I think that's it for my quick rundown. I tried to be as fast as possible, but it still ended up 17 minutes, and you'll find that that's the case with a lot of my videos, which they are pre-recorded. But let me know if you have any questions. I so look forward to getting to know you all, especially in your introductory discussion boards. Tell me about yourselves. I'll probably even put one up too. Yeah, I should. I will. Anyway, if you need me, remember my contact information is in that instructor tab, elizabeth.japsikschuler@beaufortccc.edu. I look forward to a great semester, and yeah, that's it.